Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlet Fu.
Just taking a look at the S&P 500, folks. It was kind of an even split, and then earlier in the session we had more names to the upside. But here at the close, 320 names in the S&P 500, losing ground, 182 to the upside, Scarlet, and one unchanged.
All right, let's take a look at the IMAP, which shows the 11 sectors of the S&P 500. Only two groups moved more than 1%. On the upside, it was communication services led by Verizon, gaining 1.9%. On the downside, energy stocks losing about 1% on the day as oil prices decline. Consumer discretionary and materials also finishing the day with modest gains.
All right, so a fair amount of green there. So let's get to some of the individual gainers. No surprise, I'm going to start with Verizon, ticker VZ. It is the number one gainer in the S&P 500, up as much as 5.5% intraday, finishing with a gain of about 4%. This is after the company reported second quarter results that beat expectations. They raised their profit outlook, buoyed by wireless price increases and recent tax legislation. Lots of talk about Spectrum as well. And this is despite seeing a net loss of about 51,000 monthly consumer wireless subscribers. Our team here at Bloomberg doing an interview with the CEO, so check it out at Bloomberg.com. But nonetheless, definitely an outperformer. Got to talk about Block, ticker XYZ. This one up as much as 9% intraday, hitting the highest intraday since mid-February. Jack Dorsey's fintech firm set to join the S&P 500. Stock finishing with a gain of more than 7%. Those changes going into the S&P will happen prior to the start of trading on July 23rd. So in just a couple of days here. Evercore ISI, they came out saying they expect increased interest in the name. No surprise, right? Those who do index funds will have to tap into this name. But they also said it will translate into incremental passive and active asset managements tracking it. So you're going to be seeing a lot more interest in it. And just one more, Opendoor. I know you guys, I'm assuming, talked about it last week. Up as much as 120% today, finishing the day with a gain of about 42%. That was after quite a surge last week. The hedge fund manager, you guys, I'm sure, talked about it. Their social media endorsement making it the latest stock to experience what you could call as a speculative retail-driven rally.
So we're back, I guess.
More than 20%, though, of the float is shorted. So, yeah, it's a little crazy.
Okay, that's on the crazy side
stock.
of... It's down still like 95% from those highs back in 2021 or something.
I know. So perspective on that.
Yeah, I mean, triple-digit gains are always something. Hey, on the decliners side, the worst performer in the S&P 500, EQT Corporation, an energy firm. Gas producers and energy-related shares tracked U.S. natural gas futures lower today. We did see that futures were down by the most in more than 3 weeks. Weather forecasts, interestingly enough, for late July shifted a bit cooler. Production continued running high. So we did see these stocks under pressure today. EQT Corp, again, the worst performer on a percentage basis in the S&P 500, down 9.5% today. How about a little Domino's? The company reported results before the bell today, and shares were initially higher. They were up as much as 6.5% earlier in the session, but it did reverse gains. The company reported comp sales growth in the second quarter that topped Wall Street estimates. It turns out the Parmesan stuffed crust pizza attracted new customers. It boosted same-store sales, according to company executives on the call. Have you had this?
I'm sorry, is the Parmesan on top of the crust or is it inside?
It's inside the crust. I thought, when I heard about this, I thought that Pizza Hut was the first company like 3 decades ago to do stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah, Pizza Hut is OG. But
okay, right? Didn't they have those ads when we were kids that you like eat the pizza backwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm a New York snob. I don't eat Pizza Hut or Domino's.
You're here.
Oh my gosh.
Love you, Scarlett.
Listen to you too.
I mean, come on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I agree. But there are a lot of people who don't live in New York, guys, who eat a lot of this pizza. You guys just stand on
the street corner,
Artisanal
fold that greasy
pizza,
slice
right?
over, and step over the rats and eat your.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm fine with that. I'll do that every day and twice on Sunday.
All right, that's Scarlet Fu, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful. Domino's down 0.8%, reversing those earlier gains. Shares of Lululemon falling today by 2.9%. Watching shares, they've been under pressure this year, down 42% so far this year. Kim Basine, who covers the space, had a great article out last week that everybody should check out. It's about this analyst at Jefferies who's logging the core black leggings, their vital products that are rarely discounted. He says they're piling up at outlet stores. Ooh. It's an alarming issue for Lululemon. It shows that erosion in core demand for the brand's clothes is facing a lot of competition from these smaller upstarts that I guess everybody's wearing now.
That's a big change for them.
The basic black leggings are on sale, and there's too many of them.
That's what Kim Basine is reporting via Jefferies.
It's just so much competition now, right? I mean, you remember years ago, I mean, Lululemon was untouchable, primarily because if you wanted that aesthetic and that quality, that was pretty much the only place to get it. And now, everyone's in the game right now.
They're not all the same, though. Got to tell you.
Let's take a quick look at yields here. You did see, of course, big movements in the yield space on the day, mostly to the downside. Nevertheless, the steepening of that curve continues. And there's been a lot of talk about the moves that we saw today, the idea of whether that might actually be a little bit of a haven bid, the idea that people are bidding back into treasuries, particularly with that April 1st deadline coming up next week for tariffs. And of course, that's the same week as a Fed meeting. So the idea between that, the Fed meeting, and of course, earnings, whether there is a need to maybe protect yourself for potential downside risk.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.